Join us live from Hamilton Park in Leicester as the sun sets beneath the horizon. We're ready for some proper autumn midweek football. It's Coventry United versus Leicester Nirvana in the United Counties League Premier Division South. My name's Neil Cook, taking you through the entirety of the next 90 minutes of action. Only, less than 48 hours removed from the game between Coventry United and Hina on Sunday, and Coventry United pulling a result out of the bag in the League Cup. Can they do it again with points up for grabs? Let's take you through the starting lineups. Kicking off with Coventry United, 4 changes from Sunday's victory. Starting in goal, number 1, Dan Moore. 2, Harry Wilson. 3, Charlie Faulkner. Number 4, captain Chris Cox. Number 5, James Ritson. Number 6, Gift Musa. 7, Charlie Shaw. 8, Riley Devoyle. Number 9, Ryan Harkin. 10, Benji Adamarco, and number 11, Cameron Dunn. On the bench for the Red and Greens in their changed attire of white and purple again this evening. Number 12, Luke Downs. 14, Stanley Jube. 15, Sam Ellis. 16, Scotty Hammond. And number 17, Brady Middleton. And for our host, Leicester Nirvana tonight, number 1, Luke McAdam. 2, Kyle Tott. 3, Andrew Warridge. 4, Jordan Smith. 5, Michael Akintunde. Number 6, David Mensah Bonsu. Number 7, Labid Abdulrahman. Number 8, Mas Mbai. 9, Lamar Parks. 10, Tamar Clayton Nout. And 11, Shaq Master. Substitutes for Nirvana, number 12, Ahian Chada. 14, Tom Henson. 15, Mahmoud Juma. 16, Evandro Sanchez. Number 17, Musa Bam. And we're about to kick things off with Coventry United kicking from right to left. Again in their changed attire of white and purple. And for Leicester Nirvana, it's a home strip of red and black. A big night for Coventry United with a shoestring backline. No Steph Morley, no Dan Cassidy. Charlie Faulkner slotting into an unfamiliar left-back position once again. But to make diamonds, you need to squeeze a bit of coal. Here we go, we're underway. Coventry United versus Leicester Nirvana in the United Counties League Premier Division South. An immediate throw in there down the left-hand side. Shaquille Master and able to keep the confines of play. Just knocking on the door of the penalty area. It's going to be Harry Wilson to take it for the Red and Greens. Wilson with the run-up. There it goes from the right back. Into the midfield with Riley Devoyle, sent high into the night sky. Towering header by Akintunde. Charlie Faulkner mops up under pressure from Abdulrahman. Ritson. Now to Wilson. Devoyle looking to send Ryan Harkin embarking down the right-hand side and hoofed out by Andrew Warridge. Throwing for Coventry United deep into the opponent's turf. And Wilson up from the back. Looking for an option in the penalty area towards Adamarco. Adamarco heads it towards Ryan Harkin, defender. Able to clear it as far as Roy Devoyle on the edge of the area. Put back in. It's over the head of Charlie Shaw. And Leicester should clear, but sneaking in under the nose of Abdulrahman is Charlie Faulkner. Handball claims. Referee says no, seemed to hit the chest of the Leicester Nirvana midfielder. The arms were at the side, not an awful lot he could do about it. And now Musa shepherding it back away from Lamar Parks. And the flag was up momentarily, but United have been allowed to carry on. With James Ritson on the right side of that centre-back partnership, joined once again by United's skipper and club legend Chris Cox. Here is Cox. I'm going to float it down the left for Adamarco. And that's a great first touch by the pacing winger. Covered up by Kyle Tott. Looking for an option. Faulkner's down line. Here is Charlie Faulkner. Can he whip it in? It is in by Faulkner towards Ryan Harkin. Dunn gets his header towards it. It's Akintunde with the header clear. As far as Shaw. Now Musa. And Faulkner. It's cut out by Abdulrahman. And he skips away from the makeshift left back. Labid Abdulrahman. Needs support, and it's just prodded out by Charlie Faulkner. Musa covering too. A couple of yards down line from the United box. Throw to come from Kyle Tott. Abdulrahman looking to hook it in. And he's only found touch. It's a corner kick deflected out, I believe, off Charlie Faulkner. And of course, let you know what's going on in the Baltics as England look to take a step closer to the World Cup in America this summer. They're taking on Serbia. It's a 7:45 kickoff, so they've just got underway. Clayton Nout with the corner. Abdulrahman offering the short option, but it's a more conventional option towards, I think it was Lamar Parks, who heads it away from the Coventry United net. And Clayton Nout's attempted cross charge down by Faulkner and out just down line from the penalty area. Leicester taking their time. There's a reason for that, actually, because the ball has to be retrieved, and Abdulrahman just sourcing his shorts out. Or is there something else at play? Looks like he's okay to continue. Tott to Bonsu. Downline with Tott again. Parks. Cannons back to the right back, Kyle Tott. It's with David Mensah Bonsu. Forced back to Akintunde. He's going to have to go home here. And Adam Marco putting the keeper under pressure, but it's a swift kick by McAdam. Harry Wilson on towards Gif Musa. Big night for him. Returns to the starting lineup. Harkin. Now Cameron Dunn. Shaw looking to switch to Adam Marco, and he's got it back from Tott after the slide by the right back. Charlie Shaw, Sunday's man of the match, clips it right, looking for Ryan Harkin, but Woolridge gets there first and strides away from the veteran striker. Still going Woolridge. He's covered some distance here and continues to do so. He's past Harry Wilson, now covered up by Ritson. Deflected off the standing leg of Musa, and Lamar Parks looking for the corner, and he's incensed with the referee. He was shoulder to shoulder with Harry Wilson, feels that the United right back got the last touch. It's not a decision that he's going to get. 5 minutes gone, still scoreless at Hamilton Park, the home of Leicester Nirvana. 0-0 between Nirvana and Coventry United. Devoyle able to avoid capture from Mensah Bonsu. Wilson. Crossing opportunity for Cameron Dunn. Woolridge gets his body in the way. Corner kick on the right-hand side. United pushing options up. Keeping Faulkner, Musa and Wilson back to Charlie Shaw. Staying in an anchoring midfield position. Dunn's delivery, and Cox was at the near post. Did the defender send it behind? Yes, he did. Trying to cushion it and send it back in, Chris Cox, but I think it was Shaquille Master who got the final touch on the way through. Dunn swings it towards that far post, and Adam Marco. Michael Akintunde nods it behind for a Coventry United throw. Not quite level with the area, but as good as. Faulkner gets it back from Devoyle, and here is the vice-captain, Roy Devoyle. Forced a little wider than he would have liked by Abdulrahman. Look for Gif Musa, but Lamar Parks with the interception. Floated down the right-hand side for Abdulrahman. Chris Cox mops it up at the back for Coventry United. Now Danmore should calm things down between the sticks with the ball at his feet. Faulkner wants it back, but it's a short one right under his nose to Chris Cox. Musa. Devoyle taken on by Shaw, driving side by side with Mbai. Couldn't find Cameron Dunn. Interception by Woolridge, and lunge in by Riley Devoyle, just tripping Masson by. A couple of yards short of the halfway line, but no doubt about the decision. Free kick to Leicester Nirvana. Here's the captain, Jordan Smith. To his centre-back partner, Michael Akintunde. He's got Woolridge to his left. Smith gets it back and back to Woolridge. Master making the run and gets it from Harry Wilson after a little mistake from the right back, and Master with an ambitious effort, but it's not going to cause Danmore any sleepless nights. Back underway again with Musa. United trying to play out their own backyard with Ritson. Across his penalty area to Cox. Faulkner's free. But Cox, the former midfielder, driving at the opposition, followed all the way by Lamar Parks. Parks with a slide in, got enough of the ball. Adamarco was a pace behind the seconds. Tot, and Adamarco all over him. He got something on the attempted clearance, but Akintunde should deal with it. Now and by Akintunde. Lamar Parks got the ball caught between his feet, and it's snatched away at the crucial moment by Musa. Parks has stayed down. Nirvana down to 10 momentarily. Whipped in over the defender by Riley Devoyle, but Dunn couldn't bring it to feet. The pressure from Woolridge. Now Parks getting back to his feet as Nirvana try and kickstart the counter. And by. Here's Woolridge, who's got the throw in there. It's a boot in by Charlie Shaw. I think he's got that one right. It's a throw in to Leicester Nirvana halfway into their own turf. Here's Akintunde on the edge of his own area. Tot. Adamarco looks menacingly, and here is David Mensah-Bonsu. Lamar Parks shrugs aside James Ritson. Now Shaquille Master beating Wilson for pace, barges into Ritson, and again it's a battle that Ritson wins. It's like running into a brick wall. And United have the throw on the far side. Wilson. Stab back where it came from by Woolridge. Ritson heads it back to Harry Wilson. Sending it high over the back line. Smith is back, but he can't go home thanks to Adamarco lurking in there. So upfield it goes to the halfway line and by. And Charlie Shaw has been caught in their head, and the referee has to stop play. And By's not happy. It's not a free kick, but of course with any sort of head injury, the referee is duty bound to stop the game and check on his condition. It doesn't look like it's anything long-lasting for Charlie Shaw. It will be a drop ball to Leicester Nirvana. Still 0-0 after 10 minutes in the game between Serbia and England at the Cherno Zvezda Stadium. Aimless ball from Smith. Collected at the back by his opposite central defender in Chris Cox. Adamarco, lackadaisical. Abdul Rahman just snatching it from under his nose through the legs of the referee. And Parks wants it through. Covered off by Cox and Wilson strides away with it. Done. Harkin tracks back, slide by Smith. Harkin tried to knock it through. And By is there to pick up the pieces. Now it's safely with Kyle Toss at right back. Towards Abdul Rahman, easily dealt with the head of Charlie Shaw. Now Riley Devoyle. It's a dusty pitch at Hamilton Park. You wouldn't want to slide tackle too many times on this. And Musa dispossessed by Shaquille Master. And the referee saying that Musa had a hold of the shirt of Parks as he jockeyed for position. Free kick in the centre circle for Nirvana. Master has indecision about who's going to take it here. I think they were going to look for a knock-on from Woolridge, but now Master takes it in towards Jordan Smith, and it's a really lackadaisical header from the captain. It's taken short by Moore to James Ritson. Ritson and Cox, United's only fit centre-backs. Curls it left and catching Faulkner out. He has to backtrack, but it's actually worked out quite well. He stuck it between Abdulrahman and Tot. Owned up a little pocket of space for Benjiana Marco. Tries to do the same behind Cameron Dunn. It has reached Dunn, despite the best efforts of the number 10, Clayton Now. Now in towards Charlie Shaw. Slide in by Smith. Cleanly taken corner kick, Coventry United. 13 minutes gone at Hamilton Park. Leicester Nirvana 0, Coventry United 0. Very even game so far, no real chances of note. Cameron Dunn standing over it, trying to craft United's opener, and it's a pretty simple header clear from Kyle Tot. DeVoyle punted on by Charlie Shaw, but no one home as it drifts out just to the left of the right corner flag. Reports indicate that England are playing well in their World Cup qualifier against Serbia. They're night and day in front in the World Cup qualifying group. Of course, it is only the group winner that goes straight through. Second place goes into a playoff. Something that England will want to avoid. I think Anna Ward might know. So England have actually been in a playoff in a qualifying campaign. I'm not entirely sure they have. You've been here since the early 20s. Alan, what do you think? That's one trivia question that Alan doesn't seem to know the answer to. Right, have England ever been in a qualifier playoff? Ryan Harkin pulls it back from Charlie Shaw. Trying to clear it here, Leicester Nirvana. It's bobbling around the area, but Kyle Tot ensures it won't reach Benjiana Marco. Adamarco has got it back now through Charlie Faulkner. Again, Tot is there to block his path. Abdulrahman. He took the ball past Charlie Faulkner, and well, there was certainly contact, but it looked to me as if he'd got straight again and then hit the deck. And Faulkner getting a ticking off from the referee. It was a rather innocuous bit of contact. Tot was looking for Lamar Parks, not across the area by Cox. Now James Ritson. Faulkner volleys into the night sky, headed back into the danger zone by Tot. Parks couldn't get anything on the ball, and it bounces back to Dan Moore. Both goalkeepers have had a quiet night so far. Musa chips it close range to James Ritson, asking a lot of Cameron Dunn down the right-hand side. He just got a toe to it in front of Woolridge, but Woolridge able to track back and get there first. Back with Luke McAdam. And back into the midfield, but half volley on by James Ritson, just bounced in front of him. Shaw, it was a light pass, but found out a Marco. Harkin wasn't so lucky. And then well, I don't think the Roadrunner was getting to that one, let alone poor Tamar Clayton Nout on the left-hand side. No cries of meet from the opposite side. Ritson just out of reach for Labid Abdulrahman. In fact, he just did get a toe to it because United have got the throw a couple of yards into Leicester territory. And Faulkner looking for a man in white and purple. Surely most logical option, but he's gone further afield to Benjiana Marco. Now Rolly's avoid. We know he can hit them, but the space out wide for Cameron Dunn. That space quickly covered up by Woolridge. Dunn is a death ball in and blocked. Benjiana Marco with the strike, but a sea of red in front of him. And Charlie Faulkner looks for a second bite of the cherry here. Faulkner and turned behind by Abdulrahman. It's probably the best that Coventry have mustered so far. And it comes after 17 and a half minutes. Options lined up at the far post. Ritson. Drives towards the near post and opens the door for Chris Cox at the back. But he couldn't send it goal bound. Clayton Nout, that's where the goal is this season, and he's marshalled out by Harry Wilson, and a throw in front of the home dugout to the away side. Cox. Lofted upfield by Harry Wilson. Offside flag raised against Ryan Harkin. And Leicester Nirvana can regroup after a good spell of pressure from the red and greens. Abdurrahman is the target. It came off the shoulder of Charlie Faulkner. Indeed it did. And yes, as Alan Ward so rightly pointed out, the red and greens are in white and purple, but that's what we call in the business an away kit. It's good to know that he's not colourblind. Top gets it back from the throw. Abdulrahman. Tight-knit situation is, looks to dance away from Charlie Faulkner, who's covered him off very well. But down line it goes to Tot. Crossed by Tot. Masters at the far post, and Master ducked. May have been able to get something on the ball, but I'm not sure he would have been able to keep it in. Coming up to the 20th minute. It's not been the most lively of starts. It's still 70 minutes of United Counties League Premier Division action coming your way. I'll let you know what's going on around the grounds and the other matches a little later on. DeVoyle, oh, it's just short for Charlie Faulkner. It's out for the throw-in on the halfway line. Well, only a couple of goals, but there is a surprise goal. Nuneaton Town losing at home to Lutterworth. And that is exactly what the chasing pack will want to hear. Tot's ball flicks off the head of Lamar Parks and back to Moore. And Ainsbury Rovers losing away at Northampton Sowerby Rangers. Elsewhere in the other 4 games, including this one, it's all scoreless. Ayleston versus Oadby, Daventry versus Aviston, and Northampton Chenix versus Easington. But we don't have updates on that game on the Football Wages app. United knocking it around their own ballpark here. Chris Cox, Abdulrahman. His touch cannons back to give Musa. Now Charlie Faulkner on his own here. Can he do it alone? There was a little trip from Abdulrahman. Referee says nothing doing. Faulkner gets back at his feet and tries to charge down the clearance by Tot. Tot gets it away. Cushioned down by Master, but Abdulrahman couldn't take it with him. And now it's Benji Adamarco in from the left-hand side. Adamarco looking for room to strike. It's Adamarco across the face of goal. And 2 high done at the far post. Out of play it goes for the throw-in on the opposite side. Woolridge with ball in hand. And finds Clayton Nout. Abdulrahman the target, but easy pickings for Faulkner. Musa, Faulkner. Wilson crying for it on the right, and Wilson's got it. What can he do with the ball at his feet? Harry Wilson drives on and cuts in on Clayton Nout. It's Wilson in, looking for Ryan Harkin, but volleyed into safety by Smith. Musa keeps it alive, knocked down in the aftermath and gets the free kick from Massenbai. United did attempt to give United advantage, but the ball was heading away from goal. Riley DeVoyle with the free kick. Surely he won't try from here. Cox is lurking on this near side, but it's played short to the right to Cameron Dunn. Dunn's crossing. It's towards Cox. It would have reached him if not for the head of Michael Akintunde. Corner on the left side. A crucial header by Akintunde. Cox is not one to give up a chance like that, especially with his head. Doyle towards Marco! Did it cross? No, it didn't. Doyle screaming at the referee saying it did cross. And back in towards Harkin. Away at the near post by Bonsu. It'll be interesting to see the replay on that one. And out the other end, Lamar Parks got the wrong side to give Musa. Musa tracks back well and forces Lamar Parks away. Tripped in the aftermath. Coventry have got the free kick. Outstanding defending from Musa. Doyle was convinced, however, after his corner that Benji Anamarco had sent the ball over the line. It was cleared in the nick of time. And now Dunn, shoulder to shoulder with Woolridge. Still going Cameron Dunn, looking for Ryan Harkin in the mouth of the goal. Won't reach him. Another clearance by Akintunde. But we have the game's first talking point. Be interested to see that one at half-time. Ritson. And there's a trip in the air on Cameron Dunn. Muted appeals, but again, the referee's whistle stays silent. Parks. It's with Mbai. And a wayward ball in the midfield. Anamarco flicks it towards Charlie Shaw, but Mbai has atoned for his earlier error. Lamar Parks. Tamar Clayton now looking to get into a more central location. But striding away with it now is Charlie Shaw. Harkin's got to try and stay on side. It's deflected out for the throw. Is it? No, it's kept in by Woolridge. Shaw has stayed down. Harkin would have been onside. David Mensah-Bonsu. That's with Mas and Bai. United starting to take a little bit of control in this game. Smith. Woolridge. Nirvana looking to dictate the pace. Parks. And back with Mbai. Tight angle. Mas Mbai needs options. He's got Abdulrahman at the far post. Tried to set it up for Parks. And Lamar Parks smacks it against the white and purple shirt and bounces behind for the goal kick. Is it? No, corner. Five minutes gone in the World Cup qualifier. Still 0-0 between Serbia and England. And look at the sneaking in at the near post from the corner, but it's a simple header away at the near post by Musa. Quick throw taken. Abdulrahman. Anamarco in front. Abdulrahman is dipping! Oh, and Smith tried to stab it towards the net. I think the free kick's been given for contact with Faulkner. It wouldn't have counted anyway, but Jordan Smith in a dangerous position. Ended up well wide in the end. United back in action on Saturday afternoon. It's going to be playing on a Saturday once again after a Sunday afternoon at Heanor last time out. That game takes us to God Manchester. 3 o'clock kickoff on the 13th. Hopefully not an unlucky afternoon for the Red and Greens. Here's Faulkner. Give and go with Musa, but he couldn't let the go back. Clips it back to Dan Moore. James McAdam. First time a keeper's been called into action this evening. And offside calls against Lamar Parks. It was a delightful ball. He's put it in the back of the net, but Dan Moore made no attempt to save. He heard the whistle, he saw the flag. And Ritson gets United underway immediately. Here's Faulkner at left back. Musa. Faulkner again, looking for Doyle. Bonsu's ball through the back line was through the back line and to the keeper. Ritson, United urged to keep moving. Cox, it was slightly under-hit by Moore. Coventry nearly playing themselves into trouble, and he makes his apologies to Cox as the captain sends it back to the keeper under some sizable pressure from Lamar Parks. Coventry playing it in relative safety in their own backyard, waiting for the right chance to strike. Adamarco. Cox. Adamarco. Now Shaw. Playing much deeper at the moment. Through the midfield to Devoyle. Onto the chest of James Ritson. Cautious play from Coventry United. Is it too cautious? Now Adamarco gets United motoring through. It's a rapid run. It's a rapid strike. And it just whizzes past the top corner. And England have just had a massive chance through Harry Kane in the 28th minute. Reporters on Sky saying, how did it not end up in the back of the net? So if you're an English Coventry United fan, it's been a frustrating evening so far, but there are moments, glimpses of hope and promise. Wilson. Wilson clearly got past the defender there, but a trip on the way through. United have the free kick right in front of the management, who, let's just say, don't appreciate the whistle being blown in that instance. Ritson places the ball. He's got Faulkner on this near side. Adamarco calling for it on the left corner of the area. Ritson does his best to oblige in towards Benji Adamarco, who won't reach in fact to the head of Smith. The seconds will come with Harry Wilson. Through the centre circle to Faulkner. First time ball in by Faulkner. Chest control by Adamarco. Shot. Faulkner back to Adamarco. Turns inside and finds Charlie Shaw. Thumped away by and by. No nonsense clearance. And Parks gets there in front of Dan Moore. And Moore, fantastic recovery. But the seconds will come back to Parks. And sent flying by Shaquille Master. Moore backtracking. As Lamar Parks had the keeper and the goal locked in his sights. But Dan Moore getting his body behind the ball and keeping the scoreline blank. Ritson. Dunn makes the move down the right and volley back to his keeper by Smith. McAdam on the right corner of his area. And took a touch too extra there. Cleared as far as Charlie Faulkner. Shaw does well to keep Benser at bay. And Adamarco got the ball caught between his feet. Abdul Rahman, who's been quiet over the last few minutes, looking for a red shirt, and Faulkner has knocked it back towards Lamar Parks. Master curls it left, but a little too far left for Clayton Knapp to reach. Throw in 15 yards into United turf for the red and greens in white and purple, as Adam Waters so well put it across this afternoon. It's amazing to see him at a game this season. Cox. Parks covers off the approach and back with Moore. A save apiece for Moore and McAdam, but it was Morse who was by far the more spectacular. James Ritson. Wilson looks left. And it floats over the head of Kyle Totten. Charlie Faulkner is there to mop it up for Coventry United. Taking on the right back, it's Charlie Shaw cutting in from the left-hand side. And now through towards, it looked like it was reaching Ryan Harkin, but behind that cluster of red and white was Michael Smith. Akintunde's there. Heads away the attempted launch in. And safely back in his own half is Wilson. Again, looking for Adam Margot, has the freedom of Leicester on this left wing. Now closed down by Abdul Rahman. And the cross off the chest of Kyle Tott. Another corner kick for Coventry United. And we're hearing there's been a goal. And indeed there has. In the Baltic, Serbia 0, England 1. Harry Kane extends his record goal-scoring run in white. And England lead. It's a deep one by Devoyle and finds James Ritson. Smith out as far as Cameron Dunn and stopped right in front of the goalkeeper by Tott. And Abdul Rahman had his trailing leg taken away by Charlie Faulkner. He's already been warned by the referee. He's heading for the first card of the day. And Abdul Rahman is either in some serious pain or he may well be up for the Oscars. Yellow card for Faulkner, who makes his apologies to Abdul Rahman. And the physio is now called over, so it does look as if the pain is indeed genuine. It's an issue with the right knee for the Leicester Nirvana winger. On the bench for Leicester Nirvana, Chadder, Henson, Juma, Sanchez and Bam. And for Coventry United, it's mainly... I'll say mainly all midfield options in Luke Downs, Stanley Jube, Sam Ellis, Scott Hammond and Brady Middleton. Although Hammond did have a 15-minute cameo at centre-back on Sunday afternoon after Daniel Cassidy and Steph Morley hobbled off. Morley with a hamstring issue. I believe Cassidy went off with a knock to the knee. Neither have recovered in time for the game, although Steph Morley is here backing his teammates, as is the man who got the third goal on Sunday, Joe Cairns, who is penciled in for his shoulder operation on Friday. Best of luck to Joe Cairns in his recovery. And has it been a second? Madueke, we're hearing, has scored the second. There we go. Jeff Stelling next to us. England 2-0 up in Serbia through Noni Madueke as McAdam wastes the free kick. Well, this commentator does have more than one job to do. Editor, cameraman, commentator, streamer, all-around loudmouth. And also, I've got to deal with these two sat in front of me for 90 minutes. You try doing that on a normal day. We haven't got a home game until the end of the month, so those toilets can wait for a while. Ritson. Chris Cox. Cox continues driving, wants Faulkner a little further upfield. Shielding from the fit again, Abdul Rahman. Curls it right, beautiful. Can he make his mark? Lamar Parks back in towards Shaquille Master, but quick thinking and quick actions from Dan Moore to gather. Dunn. It's Wilson who embarks forward as Dunn holds back. And the ball along the right touchline eventually drifts over for a throw-in to Nirvana deep into their own turf. 7 minutes until half-time here at Hamilton Park. Still 0-0 between Leicester Nirvana and Coventry United. United did have an effort cleared off the line from Benji Adamarco, which they believe did cross. But can Nirvana make sure of the first effort on the score sheet? Nout. It's a low one towards Master on the edge of the area, but swept into touch by Musa. Looking much more like the Musa of old this evening. Woolridge, 15 yards into United's half of the field. Looks for Nout. Jockeying for position with Wilson. Loses that one-on-one duel. Dunn. And a lunging by Nout. Enough of the ball for the referee's liking, despite the contact. And Nout feeling that Dunn ran it out himself. Dunn. Looking to switch the play to Adamarco. Doesn't reach him thanks to the intervention of Tot. Master, and it's an awkward pass back to Akintunde. A little love shot from behind by Adamarco. McAdam swiped it away. Nervy times for Nirvana goalkeeper Luke McAdam. And now Parks looking to beat Wilson for pace. Flicked up by Wilson. Abdulrahman ducks and tries to bring it to feet and does. Behind to Master. Ducking and diving, Shaquille Master. Kyle Tot. And leaning in with the hip there was Musa, enough to take Tot off his feet. Looked like a heavy landing for Nirvana number 11. And just a ticking off from the man in black. No cards this far away from Christmas. Resulting free kick from Shaquille Master. Faulkner stands in his way, leaps as it's towards that far post, nodded into the ground and off the top of the crossbar. Smith was waiting for it to land on his bunts. Now Harkin, United on the counter. Adamarco just skips away from the challenge of Master. Here's Faulkner, Master in again, and still unable to take the ball away from Coventry United. Charlie Faulkner, he's got Harkin with him, takes it too close to Woolridge on the right-hand side, and Woolridge now has got to get back into position as United head towards their right flank and Harry Wilson. Wilson to Dunn. Dunn's delivery, Ryan Harkin! Oh, couldn't get enough contact on it. The sort of position that Harkin thrives on. But it just skipped off the boots. And Kyle Tot seems to have a problem with the thigh here. He's asking how long to go until the break. The answer is 3 minutes plus stoppages, but questions being asked about the fitness of the right back here. We could well see a half-time change. Woolridge looking for a route in. Lamar Parks. And now Nout. Master calling on the edge of the area. Oh, swing and a miss. Not one that he'll want to see back. Adamarco, has he kept it in? No, well, he did, but the right legs, he stumbled to try and gather the ball. Just took it over the line, the throw-in given in favour of Leicester Nirvana, which Tot takes. Akintunde fires it along the right. Headed towards Ritson by Cox, but Master now to Parks. Lamar Parks off balance. Skewed horribly wide. Leicester Nirvana have been anything but quiet in this first half. Parks looking like the danger man up front. And the word on the Madweke goal for England, apparently he started celebrating before the ball even crossed the line. Cox, down the left. Faulkner just keeps it in. Adamarco, and there was a little shove from behind on Charlie Faulkner by Carlton. The referee gave Coventry United the opportunity to play on, but now Coventry accepts the free kick just in front of the Coventry United TV camera. And it's taken quickly by Faulkner and too quick for the referee's liking. The referee saying that he didn't get the question whether Coventry could take a quick free kick. More conventional set piece now for Coventry United, and vice-captain Riley Devoyle. Ritson and Cox get into position. On the far side of the field, in it goes from Devoyle. Out comes McAdam. Bread and butter catch for the goalkeeper. And straight down the heart of defence, and Lamar Parks have got the wrong side of Musa. It's Lamar Parks, and a brilliant save down to the right-hand side. Dan Moore. Once again, the difference between Nirvana and the lead. And the throw-in level with the area, down line to Tot from Master. Warridge receives from Massambai. Back to Warridge. Beautiful play from Leicester Nirvana. It's Andrew Warridge in towards Parks. A stack of bodies in the way as he tried to siphon it towards the net. Harkin tried to flick it beyond Jordan Smith, but Smith had the pace and sees it back to McAdam. And McAdam well out of his area. Looks for Parks again. They're looking for that long lob to Parks. It's worked a couple of times this afternoon. It's not going to work on that occasion. Bounces back to Moore as we approach added time. And we're into added time now, actually, 30 seconds into it. The launch from Moore, and Gift Musa didn't get the call from his teammates. He sends it high into the trees just to our right. Throw in on the halfway line. We've not been informed how many added minutes there will be. 2 now. So much for the commentator. Throws to Akintunde. Smith. McAdam. Is there one more opportunity in this first half? No goals, but plenty of action, plenty of talking points. We'll run through the half-time scores before we head into our 10-minute half-time break. And McAdam straight out for the throw-in, 5 yards into United's half of the field. And a quick update on one of the games in the United Counties League Premier Division South. It's now Nuneaton 0, Lutterworth 2. Nuneaton could be set for their first defeat of the season. Faulkner. High one down the left for Harkin, and it should bounce harmlessly out of play. Indeed it does. And our own Chris Tyers there acting as ball boy. Just as the first half ends, half-time score here at Hamilton Park in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Leicester Nirvana 0, Coventry United 0. Should United have been given the goal they craved when Benji Adamarco smacked it towards the line? We'll have to have a look at the replay. United were convinced, referee not so. But it is 0-0 at half-time. Let's have a look through the scores quickly before we head into our break. Ayleston Park 0, GNG Oadby Town 1. Another surprise scoreline there. Daventry 0, Aviston 0. Northampton, Chellington, Easington. We haven't got the score updates on that one. Northampton, Sulby Rangers 2, Amesbury 0. And Nuneaton 0, Lutterworth 2. So those are the latest scores in the United Counties League Premier Division South. We're heading into a 10-minute half-time break now here on CUTV. And we're back for the second half here on CUTV with Liam Cook. Half-time score, Leicester Nirvana 0, Coventry United 0. And, well, we've spoken to a few people regarding the goal that never was in the first half. And everyone around the area saying that the ball did cross the line. So, not what Coventry United fans will want to hear listening in, I'm sure, because they'll feel that we've been denied a righteous goal. But it stays at scoreless on the official scoreline. And you don't get points, of course, for goals that don't count. Otherwise, everyone will be scoring offside goals. And we're underway. Coventry United kicking from left to right now in their away strip of white and purple. Here's Abdul Rahman, who's swapped wings in the early going of this second half. No drive into the area. Picked out by Cox. Smith lobs it forward for Leicester Nirvana, heading into the centre circle by Ritson. Devoyle curls it down the right-hand side. Harkin couldn't bring it to touch. And it's back with more between the sticks. So McAdam, I should say, for Leicester Nirvana. Nout. That's with Totten. Parks is in there. It may have reached him if not for a diving swan dive header from Chris Cox. Out it goes for the corner to come from the right side for the home team. Corner to follow from the right wing. Abdul Rahman again offering the short option. It's over Akintunde towards Jordan Smith. United deal with it. Done. Wilson sends it upfield. Now comes McAdam. Just gets there in front of Ryan Harkin. And sends it towards the number 10, Tamar Clayton-Nout. Two number 10s going head to head, and Adamarco loses that duel. But Tot gives up the war. His ball down the right, skews over the touchline in front of the assistant, who didn't flag for the, in inverted commas, goal for Coventry United, although everyone's saying that it did go in. United with a throw in deep into their own half. No changes at the break. A reminder of the Coventry United substitutes: Luke Downs, Stan Jube, Sam Ellis, Scott Hammond and Brady Middleton, most of whom, well, in fact all of whom are midfield options, but Hammond can play as a makeshift centre-back, and Middleton can cosplay as a striker. Adamarco looking to trick his way in. Cleared at the first time of asking from David Mensah-Bonsu. Wilson's up for it, knocked on by Abdul Rahman. Musa, first the seconds. Ritson, now Wilson. Goes to James Ritson, now with Dan Moore, between the sticks for Coventry. Ritson. Nowhere to go for the centre-back, and plays it back with Moore. Here's Cox. Floated on for Adamarco. And Adamarco has got there in front of Tot. Down line with Charlie Faulkner. Adamarco. Faulkner remains in support. And Faulkner caught out by the ball. Back towards him, and Massambai takes it over. Challenged in by Faulkner. And Bai tries to keep it alive, but Cox drills it into relative safety. Here's Charlie Shaw for United. Dust flying up as Master hits the deck. Crossfield ball towards Cameron Dunn. Woolridge mops it up for Leicester Nirvana. Cleared onto the chest of Wilson. And now Wilson driving forward, lets the ball get away from him. Woolridge now onto the left-hand side with Abdul Rahman. Musa for company. Cannons off the chest of Parks. Musa put his head into a dangerous position. And now it's with Bonsu. Bounces into the grateful grasp of Moore. And the kick bounces to Benji Anamarco. Big Ben right on time. Just kept in by the skin of his teeth by Faulkner, and Shaw over the back line, too close to McAdam. Jordan Smith, flicked on by Abdul Rahman. Britson's header into the centre circle, and it's picked up by Mbai. Shaq Master. Create some separation from Wilson, and back in now. It's Master. Wilson makes the block. Shaw stumbles away from Master. Devoyle, Musa, and Adamarco turned this man, but his legs taken from underneath him by Kyle Tots. And the referee wants a word, and it may well be more than a word. It is just a warning for Kyle Tots of Leicester Nirvana. 6 minutes of the second half have gone. It remains scoreless between Leicester Nirvana and Coventry United. Set for our first blank scoreline of the season as it stands. Coventry haven't failed to score a goal since the opening night at home to Aylestone. Goals are usually guaranteed for Coventry, but not so this evening. Wilson leaning into Abdul Rahman, and Abdul Rahman goes down injured again. He had problems in the first half. This one looks a little less serious. He's back on his feet. Free kick 5 yards into their own turf for Nirvana. And 8 crafted through the merger of the original Leicester Nirvana, primarily then a youth team, and then Leicestershire senior side Fernby Rangers, initially known as Fernby Nirvana, then changed their name back to Leicester Nirvana in 2013. 2015, I should say. And Musa driving through Abdul Rahman. Free kick in front of the CUTV camera, and the referee calling Musa over. And Abdul Rahman with an issue with the left knee. Gift Musa booked. Second yellow card of the evening for Coventry United after Charlie Faulkner received a caution in the first half. Substitutes going for a warm, including Coventry United's Luke Downs. And we're hearing that England may have just increased their lead in Serbia, and indeed they have through Ezra Konsa of Aston Villa. Ezra Konsa of Aston Villa. Harkin lets it run, and Shaw unleashing from range but can't hit the target. And there could be an issue here for Kyle Tots. He was having difficulty with his thigh in the closing stages of the first half, and physio has now been called over, and the change is being ready to, it's actually going to be Woolridge who's taken off. A surprise there for the Leicester Nirvana number 3. He's replaced by Aryan Chadha. In fact, now it's been changed. It is Kyle Tots heading off. It's confusion there for Woolridge and ourselves. So Andrew Woolridge remains on the pitch, but Kyle Tots' injury woes have now resulted in the end of his afternoon, and Aryan Chadha will replace him for the remainder of the evening. First change of the night here at Hamilton Park. After 56 minutes now. And we'll get underway with the Coventry United goal kick. So Leicester Nirvana goal kick, I should say. It's McAdam. And Adamargo heads it straight out for a Nirvana throw-in. Just down line from the away dugout, housing interim manager Jamie Pekaski. You can see his assistant Rob Hennedy and first team coach Gaz Hardick on the touchline. With head of fitness and physio Lucy Stead, ensuring the players are fighting fit and raring to go. Harkin. And Faulkner ran beyond that ball and it's out for a throw in front of the home dugout. Nout. Twisting and turning into Ryan Harkin, looking to set Adamargo down the left-hand side where it's got Coventry a throw in. Cheddar have no choice but to send it out. And the quick throw taken by Faulkner. Here's Adamargo. Overlap being made by Faulkner. Adamargo. Slide by Shaw. Couldn't prevent Bonsu from striding away. Woolridge just swapped to the right-hand side. Now Bonsu. Challenge in. Takes the ball out for a Coventry United throw-in in front of the home dugout. Tot still receiving treatment in that dugout. Best wishes to him in his recovery. Cox. Down the heart of the United attack. And back where it came from by Akintunde. And now it's with Nout darting down the right-hand side. Gift Musa trying to muscle his way between player and ball. He's hit the deck. Nout cross deflected to Shaquille Master. Trying to get space with the shot. Master pulling back to Abdul Rahman and Park slides in. Wilson knocks it to the edge of the area to Abdul Rahman. Danger not over for Coventry United. Labid Abdul Rahman ducking and diving. Curls it towards the net. It looked like it was going to be a save from Dan Moore, but prevented from necessity from James Ritson. A corner it will be after the defender's header over his own net. England now 3-0 up in their game at Serbia through Kane, Madueke and Konza. Great night for Thomas Tuchel and his Free Lions in the Baltics. Nout with the corner. Abdul Rahman and Master there, but he's going to go deep. Nout, strong punch to the near post from Moore. Master. Bonsu looking to whip it back in. Crossed by Bonsu. It's over the head of Akintunde. And Wilson does well to shepherd it into touch. Taken short by Moore, but now there's going to be a stoppage in play here just as United kick the ball because Leicester Nirvana want to make their second change. And a surprise move here as Lamar Parks is being withdrawn. Seems to have been the most likely to score for Leicester Nirvana, but he's been replaced by an England five-a-side player. He went to the World Championships last year, scored a great goal against Azerbaijan. Musa Bam on the field for Nirvana. And Coventry United are going to make their first change. Luke Downs for Gift Musa. Straight swap in central midfield. It's a change I actually predicted at half-time. So if you want this week's lottery numbers, then just let us know. It looks to me as if Bam is slotting onto the left-hand side. Nort on the right. And Shaq Master is going to take over as the solo striker. Half an hour still to play this game, poised on a knife edge between Coventry and Leicester. Two cities with a unique sporting rivalry. McAdam. Here's Bonsu. Heavy touch by Norton. Draws in the shove to the deck and the free kick via Chris Cox. Bam making himself available on this near side. It won't reach him. It's under hit. Headed away by Harry Wilson. Was there a trip on Cameron Dunn? Referee says no. Musa Bam. Looking to take it past Shaw and does, still going Bam. Towards Abdul Rahman, but a little nick from behind by Ritson takes it away. Now Harry Wilson floats it on towards Cameron Dunn. Swing and a miss by Smith, but he's got to the seconds. And a miss hit down the left-hand side, but he has found Shadder. Dunn shielding well, looking for a route out. He was sandwiched between Bam and Shadder, and the referee has called for the free kick, and United aren't going to rush this. Another change for Coventry United is being prepared. The number 12 on the board, which is Luke Downs, who's already been brought on. It's deep towards Adam Marco. Trying to hit it first time, slice to the left. Cox is in there, won't get the chance to strike Woolridge away. Nout. Job done from Woolridge. Bounces harmlessly into the centre circle for Harry Wilson. Comes to the edge of the air and Smith does his duty. Master leaning into his man. Who got the last touch? It came off Luke Downs last, and it is going to be Stanley Jube replacing Cameron Dunn. Straight swap on the right flank. Jube has been out of action for a good few weeks. Two changes apiece. Downs and Jube on for Coventry, Chadder and Bam for Leicester. Minutes of second half play have elapsed, and very much a similar process to the first half, where two sides are just trying to feel each other out and not overextend. It's an opportunity for Coventry United to claw some points back, as Nuneaton and Aylestone Park both losing at home. Stanley Jube latches onto that crossfield ball. Shaw wants it played through. Jube tries his best to oblige. It's deflected back to Downs. Handball claims against Wilson. It's either hit Wilson's head. Onto Shaw. And inside towards Jube and put behind for the corner by Musa Bam. Cutting out the attempted ball to the United substitutes. Brady Middleton and Sam Ellis going through their pre-match drills. More activity on the bench expected. It's taken short. Back to Devoyle. Charlie Shaw and Devoyle. It was a beautiful move, but an ugly finish. Strike from Devoyle disappears into the night. Akintunde. They may have waited that beautifully for Bam, but it's hooked upfield by Wilson. Bonsu beats Devoyle for pace through the centre circle, checks his run. That's with Michael Akintunde. Bonsu away from the attempted trip from Ryan Harkin, but into the path of Charlie Shaw. Devoyle, Adam Marco. It's behind Ryan Harkin. May fall kindly for Jube. Jube looking to knock it back for Shaw. Intercepted, however, by the number 8 in Mbai. Wilson has enough on it to find Jube. Covered off by Chadder. And slid only as far as Downs by Bam. Rolly Devoyle. Harkin. Devoyle continues the run. Harkin just about to strike, with a little tap in the shoulder from Smith. Takes him off his stride. Lunge in on Smith. Doesn't take player or ball. Smith continues. Nout. Scintillating pace down the right-hand side and a slide by Faulkner. Of course, he's got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. And throw in right next to the corner flag via a deflection from Chris Cox as Sam Ellis prepares to make his way onto the field in United's third change of the night. United back in action on Saturday with a trip to God Manchester, this mammoth run of 8 consecutive away games, closing in on its finale back at the Butts Park Arena on the 27th of September. And Faulkner wrestled to the ground, and the referee rightly blows the whistle on the left side of the area to Coventry United. Still, Ellis awaits his introduction. Gas Hardick now asking the referee to make the change, and it's Riley DeVoyle withdrawn. Has been pushing behind the main striker in Ryan Harkin, so a chance for Ellis. It will be, as long as he stays on the field, his longest appearance for Coventry United, just his third appearance in, I say red and green, United in white and purple tonight, but a good 23 minutes remaining at Hamilton Park. Still, Leicester Nirvana 0. Coventry United 0, despite United feeling they should have had the opening goal through Benji Adamarco. Fans behind the goal from both sides claiming the ball went over the line. Musa Bam. He'll slip it through a congested midfield. Ritson with the chest control. Now Sam Ellis. Looks for the run of Benji Adamarco. Still might find him, and he's forced the throw-in out of it. Good pressure on Akintunde in the area. He has to whip it out on that far side. United still with Middleton and Hammond waiting on the bench. Middleton can play as a striker. Hammond a centre mid, although he has been utilised at centre back in his last appearance. Faulkner juggling the ball and taking too long to do anything with it. Woolridge clears. Cox heads it back into the midfield. Master. Ritson for Coventry United, sliced across the back line by Faulkner. Musa Bam knocks it past Wilson, but too close to Ritson. Pumped left by James Ritson. Not pumped far enough, though. Woolridge heads it away from Adamarco. And Cox lets it run through his legs, and he had to get that one right there with Master lurking menacingly behind. And caught in possession by Stanley Dube, back heel by Dube. Now Sam Ellis looking to skip through. Harkin, he's onside, he's one-on-one. Harkin for the opening goal. Ryan Harkin around the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper has been able to grab the ball as Harkin looked around him. Harkin had to take the strike. Now through for Abdul Rahman at the other end. It won't reach him. Chris Cox sweeping in. Only as far as Master. Turns away from Downs, but into the challenge of Cox. Cox's clearance charged down by Musa Bam. But with some help from Dube, Cox maintains possession for Coventry. Now with Charlie Shaw. Adamarco wants it played through. I think Adamarco may have been offsides. It was played a little late, but deflected out for a throw in on the halfway line on the far side for United. Charlie Faulkner beats one, looks for Harkin. Akintunde can only pick out Benji Adamarco, and now Charlie Shaw just prized away from the ball there, the hand in the back by Akintunde, forcing him off possession, allowing McAdam to race out and claim. And Master looks to meet the run down the right-hand side. There's a hefty collision in the area. Chris Cox getting there first, but Nout. Wow, and angry reaction there from Tamar Nout as Cox lifted him back to his feet. A little shove to Cox, and then he fell back to the deck. It was like a car crash in the area there. Cox getting his body between player and ball, now steaming into his back and hitting the floor, but all the more impressive was that Cox stayed straight upright on his feet. brilliant strength on show from the United captain. And reliably informed by Coventry United former assistant manager and a member of the interim coaching team, Luke Moulton. That tonight was Cameron Dunn's 50th appearance for Coventry United. Congratulations to Dunny. And Nout and Cox still in the referee's ear. The fans want to see the game started once more. We are closing in on the final whistle with just 19 to go. Leicester Nirvana 0, Coventry United 0. It's had its moments this game, but neither side, I should say, able to turn this tie in their favour. And it remains Serbia 0, England 3 in that World Cup qualifier. Towering header by Smith behind Harkin. Sam Ellis sneaks in for the red and greens. Looks for Shaw. Foot in by Akintunde. And Akintunde shoved off the ball as he let fly by Sam Ellis. Well, Ellis, let's just say, not gifted with size. Not the sort of player you usually see sending players to the floor. United ready for change number 4. Scott Hammond putting his shirt on. Will we see a change in shape? Will Hammond go into the centre of the park for Charlie Shaw, or will he replace James Ritson, a tired James Ritson in defence? Harkin looking for a route down the left-hand side, but a strong block by Akintunde, and it is Charlie Shaw who's replaced by Scotty Hammond in central midfield. Great shift over the last 2 days for Charlie Shaw, man of the match on Sunday, scoring his first Coventry United goal. Hammond somewhat of a utility man for the Red and Greens this season, on for the last 15 minutes. And just one change remained for Coventry United, that being Brady Middleton. I dare say he'll be needed before the night is up. Throw headed straight out by Faulkner. Another 10 yards further afield for Leicester Nirvana. We expected a close, tight-knit contest tonight. We've certainly got it. Thrown headed clear by Cox. Agambiade. Adamarco, I should say. Through for Harkin. And Harkin in towards Stanley Dew, prevented from reaching him. Shadow getting in the way. Abdulrahman. Musa Bam. Cautious approach towards the penalty area. And Shadow in. Skied by James Ritson out towards Luke Downs. Wilson got past Bam but couldn't take the ball towards the other half of the field. And another change coming for Leicester Nirvana. And they are going to introduce Tom Henson at the expense of Labid Abdulrahman. Abdulrahman for Henson. 15 minutes to go here at Hamilton Park. It remains a drab draw on the scoreline, but anything but on the pitch. Chadder's throw. Unchallenged header by Harry Wilson. Hammond trying to get under seconds. Strength on show from Nout. Ellis in from the side, but Nout continues. Still going, Tamar Nout. Down line with Mbai. Bonsu Tried to trick his way through the midfield. Combination of Ellis and Downs sending it on towards Ryan Harkin. Woolridge out. And Coventry can regroup for another crack at the Nirvana back line. Faulkner taking the throw out of position. Referee asked him to take a few steps further back. Towards Adamarco, who got the last touch. It was Nout flying in like a ninja. The throws to Ellis. Pulls it back to Downs. Faulkner. Luke Downs again, fresh from his stag do on the weekend. But the ball down the left-hand side, intended for Adamarco, flies out for the throw. The Nirvana throw intercepted mid-air by Adamarco. Punted out. No nonsense stuff by Bonsu. Not allowing United any room to manoeuvre, and a fourth goal for England through Mark Gehi against a 10-man Serbia side. Milenkovic sent off in the 72nd minute. Gehi with a goal in the 75th. And Bonsu's night is over. Evandro Sanchez replaces him. Nirvana going for this win. We'd love your company this Saturday afternoon for the trip to God Manchester Rovers. 3 o'clock kickoff. Live coverage as always here on Coventry United TV. And the highlights will be available tomorrow afternoon here on our YouTube channel. Brilliant first touch by Stanley Jube. I think he was looking for a through ball to a run that was never made. Straight out for the goal kick. Wilson nowhere near in the vicinity. And Jube getting a bit of stick from the Nirvana fans. Jordan Smith. Across to Michael Akintunde, nearly caught in possession by United's number 10, Benji Adamarco, and that pressure forced him to send it into the dugout, and a good catch actually there for Rob Kennedy. It should be. He is the goalkeeping coach. Sent high into the night sky by Hammond. Deft header on by Faulkner. Kept in by Woolridge of Leicester Nirvana. Samar Knapp down the right-hand side. He knows where the goal is this season. Low drive into the area. Was looking for Evandro Sanchez, but a sliding clearance from James Ritson. Throw in level with the area on the right side for Leicester. Henson. Woolridge to Evandro Sanchez. Woolridge in position to launch it in from the right-hand side, further down line, but can't find its way through a congested midsection. Hammond. It's a high one down the left. It's over Sanchez, and Adamarco takes it over for Coventry. Harkin's there. Sam has already got one goal to his aim this season. Looks for Ryan Harkin, and Harkin gave up the ghost. Thought the ball had gone. Maybe could have continued his efforts a little longer. And Faulkner nods it out at the other end for a corner with Nat breathing down his neck. If in doubt, get it out. I'd say any defender knows that, but of course Faulkner isn't a defender. He's an attacking midfielder drafted in at left back because United simply don't have any other options. No sign of Brady Middleton making an appearance in this late stage of the game at Hamilton Park. Still scoreless. Will it end that way? As Leicester Nirvana look to finally break the deadlock. It's a low drive in. Jordan Smith. And out with Masters. Blocked well by Luke Downs. And out for a throw-in level with the box. Sanchez. Tamar Nout. It's over hit for Woolridge. Sam Ellis looking to send Ryan Harkin long, a bit too long. It will end up back in the hands of McAdam between the white lines of his 16-yard box. Overhead throw to Akintunde. Now looks for Henson. Henson, can he bring it down? He can, but there's men in front of him for Coventry United and men behind, and Luke Downsy snatches it away at the crucial moment. Wilson, dangerous run through his own backyard, but Evandro Sanchez has run it straight into touch. Downs. Great ball to find Ryan Harkin, asking a bit too much of Stanley Dube. It's not quite flowing down that right-hand side for the Red and Greens. McAdam. Headed back where it came from by Faulkner. Adamarco, Coventry are going to bring on Brady Middleton at the next opportunity. Adamarco dinks it forward. Faulkner gives chase. Those long balls are a bit too powerful for the Red and Greens at this stage. And it will go out for the goal kick, and Ryan Harkin is the man sacrificed for Brady Middleton. They're not going to go two up top. It's going to be a straight swap for the number 9. Middleton still seeking his first Coventry United goal. Smith. Ambitious ball down the left-hand side for Chadder. Too ambitious in the end. Throw in just about level with their own penalty area for Coventry United. His 8th appearance of the season. Can Middleton make a difference tonight? Ritson, under pressure from Henson, heads back to Moore. A clean sheet in the offing for Dan Moore. The kick towards Benji Adamarco. Bounces into touch. You have to think Nirvana will be happier with the draw than Coventry, especially given their 5-match winless run. But then you have to admit United have got a lot of players out. Hopefully new faces coming in during the week. Faulkner. It's back with Ritson. Launched towards Middleton. Off the chest of Middleton. Ellis looking to help out, but dispossessed by Shaquille Master before he could make inroads. Master closed down by Brady Middleton. And Ellis, Samuels looking for his second Coventry United goal. Still Ellis, and sets up Stanley Dube. Pulls it across from Middleton. Unselfish from Dube. Needs to be a bit more ruthless there. And out the other end, Musa Bam, who's swapped wings with Nout. Blocked off by a no-nonsense Charlie Faulkner. Swung on by Nout. Now Henson. Arm in the shoulder by James Ritson. Took him away from the ball and punted out by Downs. 5 minutes to go at Hamilton Park. And England have just had a goal disallowed through, looks like Watkins with the goal. It's ruled out for offside, and Serbia apparently have just given up on the game. So a good win for Thomas Tuchel and his men, who, if either, will be the victors and the sole proprietor of the spoils tonight. A throw will follow as the cross from Sanchez cannoned off the standing leg of Luke Downs. Time quickly running out for Leicester and for Coventry. Henson is going to go along with the throw. Looking to channel his inner Rory Delap. In by Henson, and Ritson does well at the back, heads it out. As far as Henson again, covered off by Dube. Down line with Chadder. Tried to return to Henson. Dube with a momentary interception, but it's back with Henson. Hopeful low drive into the area. Ritson clears. McAdam, the goalkeeper. To Henson again. That's beautiful control from the substitutes. Out wide with Musa Bam. Bam driving towards the net, still going. Bam, can he be the difference maker here? Slide by Hammond. Referee says no to the handball claims. And now can't keep the FL Park. I think we're destined for a 0-0. Change for Leicester Nirvana. Shaq Master withdrawn in favour of Mahmoud Juma. An above average crowd here at the home of Leicester Nirvana this evening. A strong turnout for the visits of Coventry United. Closing in on the end of normal time. Have Coventry United got something left in their locker? Short to Cox. Cox goes long. And Middleton tries to sneak in at the back. There was a hand on the shoulder, dragged down by Smith. Referee says nothing doing. Adamarco. Here's Stanley Jube. Overlap being made by Wilson. It's covered off. Tamar Nout getting there first. And Nout with Chadder. Nothing to pry this game from either side in this 88 minutes so far. Hammond looks for Jube. Again, Chadder turns away. Hammond told he has time. Sends it high into the night sky in Leicester. Offside flag raised against Middleton. He tried to head it through the back line for Benji Adamarco. Free kick on the fringes of their own area to Leicester Nirvana. Last minutes of normal time. Again, we hope you can join us on Saturday for the trip to God Manchester Rovers. 3 o'clock kickoff. Live commentary as always on Coventry United TV. And a big thank you to our sponsor at Noat Transport for their support this season. Free kick headed away on the edge of his own area by Cox. Middleton, deft header, only as far as Smith. Now to a seal dribble on the left-hand side of the area, but twisting and turning is Harry Wilson on the ball for Coventry United. Now Brady Middleton, options up for Middleton. Now Ellis. Adamarco on the left-hand side. Offside appeals by Rulwich. But Adamarco has got there fair and square. Left side of the area, where can he go from here? Faulkner's with him, and through to Adamarco! Looked like he was going to leave it for Faulkner, but Adamarco fancied the glory for himself and went back too much as he let it fly. Surely that is all she wrote. I don't think that ball's coming back for a while. 4 minutes of added time have been confirmed. That ghost goal before half-time could come back to haunt Coventry United. Ellis. Adamarco looking to prize it through the back line for Middleton. Crucial deflection. Woolridge shielding the ball by Adamarco, but the wings... 1 minute of added time has gone. The throw-in taken to Chadder. Chadder gets it back from Mumbai. Henson. Muted appeals of a throw-in. Hammond out, muscle by Massenbai. Avoids the attentions of Jube too. Henson. Looking for room to strike. And a brilliant save from Dan Moore, just plugging it away from the bottom corner from the substitute Evandro Sanchez. Middleton trying to force the issue at the other end. But safely back with McAdam. And McAdam out for the throw. Two left. England have scored a 5th in Serbia. A penalty from Marcus Rashford. Now that I do need to check twice. Hammond crowded out in the midfield. And now the chase is on between Bam and Faulkner. Bam gets there first. Faulkner covers off the substitutes. Musa Bam. Is there yet a game changer, a game-winning moment? Sanchez dispossessed. Bam! It's an over-ambitious ball from Nout. There were appeals for offside anyway. I think the linesman has flagged, but United have been given the goal kick. 1 minute of added time to go. It's now or never for Coventry United. Dan Moore, let's fly. And it sums up the evening, really. Promise, but no present. Cox looks for Tube down the middle. And the goalkeeper's off his line. Middleton's taking it on! Brady Middleton trying to launch it high with McAdam backtracking to his line. It just sums the game up. But under it, back pass, Alamarca trying to lurk in the area, but McAdam away. Seconds remaining at Hamilton Park. Hammond. Adamarco playing down the middle, won't get the chance to embark on the back line. Here's Nout. Beautiful back heel, back to Tamar Nout. Space out wide for Evandro Sanchez. Cutting in from the left-hand side, beats Wilson, but slips as he lets the effort go, and Middleton won't have the chance to break forward. A game which at times promised so much, but delivers only a point for Leicester Nirvana and Coventry United. United will look to the goal that never was before the break. Fans behind the goal claiming it had crossed the line from Benji Adamarco. But it remains a scoreless draw, and the first time Coventry United have failed to score since the opening day at home to Ayleston. Final score at Hamilton Park, Leicester Nirvana 0, Coventry United 0. Let's take you through the final scores before we say goodbye here in the CUTV YouTube channel. Not the best of nights for Nuneaton Town, but they have, we're just hearing, Nuneaton have just equalised in the 89th minute through Kyle Jardine. Nuneaton 2, Lutterworth Town 2. So a snatch and grab really for Nuneaton. Ayleston Park also coming from behind, beating Oadby 3-2. Daventry 2-2 at home to Aviston. And Northampton Sulby Rangers 3-1 victories, 3-1 victors, I should say, over Amesbury Rovers. That's all she wrote here on CUTV. The highlights will be on YouTube tomorrow evening. We'll see you on Saturday for the trip to Godmanchester. Good night.